Pikachu? Pika.
Detective Pikachu, god damn it! So this really fun, adventurous film with Ryan Reynolds voicing cute little Pikachu opens up with a car blowing up and the people inside of it are presumably killed. Yeah. So this guy named Tim is just going around and he's trying to catch these Pokemon and he's with his other friend who's the cab driver from Deadpool. I'm not kidding, the cab driver from the Deadpool series is in this movie. So anyway, he's trying to have some fun, catch some Pokemon, catch this Cubone that's crying because its mother's dead, and Okay, Detective Pikachu, I didn't think I was gonna have to say this, but we're 10 minutes in, and already your film is extremely dark. I'm putting a counter right there. And then we find out that the person inside the car that blew up earlier was Tim's dad. It's going on the list. And then he goes to Rhyme City, where we find out that the Pokemon and people are now equals, so there's no Pokemon battles, no Pokemon catching, no Pokemon training, because, you know, I didn't want to see any of that in a Pokemon movie.
Pokemon, gotta just leave them alone, I guess.
And then Tim meets this girl named Lucy, who is a reporter. I know that something happened to your dad, and I'm gonna find out what it is. Yeah, whatever. I know we're just gonna be the couple that argues all the time, and yet by the end of the movie, we're gonna be a couple. Probably. Most likely. But while in his dad's apartment, Tim finds something. Huh, an unopened canister. Better open it. Ah, crap, it released a purple gas. Better let it outside. And then Tim finds Pikachu. Hey, what's up? I'm Pikachu, voiced by Ryan Reynolds. I like coffee. Let's have some fun. Okay, well, is there anything else we should know about you? No, not really. Coffee jokes are like 75% of my material. You're Pikachu, voiced by Ryan Reynolds. I'm pretty sure we could find some more material for you to work with. Nah, not really. But I'll tell you what we do have to deal with. What's that? Oh yeah, probably shouldn't have opened that canister and let it out into the air. So Pikachu reveals to Tim that he actually worked with his father as a police officer. So you're saying you know my father? Yeah, basically. You got any coffee? Okay, I'll need your help to find him. And this will in no way result in me liking you or liking Pokemon at all. I want you to get that right. We will not be friends by the end of this movie, okay? We totally will. You will not. And again, they meet Lucy and her Psyduck to help solve the case. And I'm totally sure those two are not going to be a couple by the end of this movie.
We will not.
So Tim and Pikachu eventually come across this underground fighting ring for Pokemon, and we actually get to see Pokemon fighting, and it's the coolest thing ever! Use Shadow Ball! Use Double Team! Oh my god, this thing is awesome! Live action Pokemon fighting! And we only get to see it for 30 seconds. Totally what I wanted to see! So in order for Pikachu and Tim to get any information, Pikachu has to fight Charizard. Oh my god, that's the coolest thing ever. Pikachu could fire thunderbolts, Charizard could fire flamethrowers at him. What are they going to do? For some completely unexplained reason, I am not able to use any of my powers. That's totally what I wanted to see. So the chemical that got released early on that caused all those Pokemon to go crazy gets released again and causes a bunch of other Pokemon to go insane. And Tim gets arrested. Look, you don't understand. My dad's alive. You don't understand. If you look at this video, you can clearly see that your father died in that car accident. Look, we already put the idea in the viewers' heads that my dad is still alive, so chances are he's probably still alive. Yeah, you're probably right. So Tim and Pikachu have a really deep conversation. It's just really hard to be around here because, you know, my mom died when she was really young and my dad and I became really distant because of it and he went missing and I don't know, I don't want to find him dead is all. Look, this scene, it's got a good emotion. I know we need that emotion and all, but first off, he's talking to a Pikachu that has the voice of Ryan Reynolds. It's a little hard to take seriously. Second, going on the counter. So Tim and Pikachu meet the city's benefactor, Howard. And Howard's a balding old man in a wheelchair, so you know he's the villain. Look, I don't know what happened to your father. It was you. Actually, my son who is getting involved in all of this. I am not involved. You're behind this whole thing. I know it's you. Your son has nothing to do with it. Okay, you might be right. But Howard reveals that it was actually Mewtwo who took Tim's father and wiped Pikachu's mind. So Pikachu and Tim recruit Lucy and her Pokemon, Psyduck. So if your Psyduck gets a headache or gets frustrated, he'll release a ton of energy that'll end up killing us all. Yep, that's the basic gist of it. I don't want him to release any of that energy, or it'll be really bad for us. I'm very certain that this little piece of detail will not come in later in the movie to neither benefit or detract us from this mission. It will not. But then it was revealed that Mewtwo was actually being experimented on. So they go to the lab that the Pokemon Mewtwo destroyed, but they get attacked.
Quick, frustrate that Psyduck to no end, so that way he can help us in this situation. Are you sure it might kill us? Just do it. Okay, now Psyduck.
Really? That's all it did? It just pushed him back a few feet? You were building it up. I was really hoping it would be something cooler. Oh no, the ground's breaking up! Alright, this is more like it. No, this is unrelated. Dang it! And it turns out that the lab actually created some of these giant moon-sized Pokemon. That's actually really cool. Put that on the list. And the Pokemon battle, because that was actually pretty cool. And then the weirdest part of the movie comes up, and I know that's saying a lot. So after those giant-sized Pokemon come out, and they were already running away from a bunch of other things, so what happens next? A stray rock about this big just rolls down a hill and bops Pikachu in the head. And you'd think after all of what happened to them, that wouldn't be a big deal. But no, they make a big deal out of it. No, my friend that I said I was never going to be friends with at the beginning of the movie is dying. Because a rock hit him. Quick, you other Pokemon, you gotta help us now! Dude, he got hit in the head by a rock. I think he'll be okay. Wait a minute, aren't you supposed to be a Pokemon? Why are you speaking to me? Bulbasaur! But it's okay, Pikachu lives from getting hit in the head by a tiny rock. But then Mewtwo appears. And then Mewtwo reveals that it was actually Pikachu that released him and went and destroyed the car. Sorry, destroyed the car. And then this is the part of the movie where Tim gets really upset because Pikachu killed his dad or something, even though he's totally not dead, and you have a lot of moping and surprisingly, it's actually different. Pikachu's the one who's upset because he feels like he betrayed Tim, and Tim, he's okay with it. But to answer your question, we still get the moping. I'm never coming back, you hear me? I betrayed you. I'm upset. Okay, Pikachu, I obviously know it was not you. By the way, I'm your dad. Wait, what? Nothing. No, seriously, what? By the way, I can now use my electrical powers. Zap! Ow! So Tim goes back to Rhyme City, and surprise, surprise, Howard was behind all this chaos.
And he has the now recaptured Mewtwo.
So Harry fuses with the Mewtwo, and then he starts turning people into Pokemon. Why was that his plan again? And then it turns out that a woman that actually worked with Howard, who I failed to mention earlier in the film, I'm sorry, is actually a Ditto, and Ditto can transform into anything. So the Ditto fights with Tim, and Tim kills it. Yeah, Tim kills a Pokemon, and list. So Tim splits Mewtwo and Howard, and everything is back to normal. But wait, remember how earlier on in the video I said, by the way, I'm your dad? It turns out Mewtwo was actually the one who was trying to help Tim's dad and Pikachu, and the lab was sending out Pokemon to go and destroy the car. And then Mewtwo put Tim's dad's consciousness in Pikachu to heal him. What am I doing with my hands? And it turns out Tim's dad is actually Ryan Reynolds. I'm sorry, I'm not crying because this is an emotional scene. I'm crying because I wish my dad was Ryan Reynolds, but my dad's Sean Penn. The end. So, what did I think of Detective Pikachu? It was alright.